This is the easiest 7-string braid activity that you could provide for your students. Just need a few things. First, a cardboard loom. Secondly, you need 7 pieces of string. I have size 4 medium yarn here. You just need 7. They can be all different colors. I typically stick to 4 colors, 2 of most, and then 1 extra. And then you also need a pair of scissors. You're going to first take your 7 strings and then tie them in a knot. You want to make sure that your knot is as close to the end of the strings as possible. So push that knot all the way to the end. And then you can trim off the excess. You can either do it at the beginning or the end, whichever you prefer. You're then going to take your cardboard loom. A square works fine, a rectangle. I typically just cut mine into squares. And very carefully, you are going to create a hole in the center of the loom. And then you are going to cut 8 different slots around your loom. So center of each side and then the corners. Make sure you have 8 total. You will need to make sure that it is kind of separate and not all squished together. Again, 8 cuts total. Don't put them too far into the center. Your loom will get distorted and messed up if you make the cuts too deep. You're then going to take your knot and feed it into the hole. Where the knot is will be the bottom of your loom, and where the strings are is the top. Now there are different patterns that you can make and make them based on the order that you've placed the strings in. I just try and repeat my pattern, so I have that turquoise, coral, lighter turquoise, and then white, and then I repeat that, so the dark turquoise, coral, and white. I want to first place the empty slot towards me. Then I'm going to count 3 from that slot to the right, grab that string, and place it in the empty slot. That's literally it. Turn it, empty slot again towards me, count 3 strings to the right, take that string, and place it into the empty slot. And that's all. I am just turning it towards me, counting 3, and moving on. If this gets confusing, you can always draw arrows on your loom as to the direction you want to turn the loom. I know you're not counting that direction, but 2 out of the 3 things are going in that direction, the turning and the moving of the string. So again, facing you, count 3, place it in the empty slot. At the beginning, your strings are going to get a bit tangled, so you can see I'm combing it out with my fingers as I am working. You will start to see the braid form, and it's going to come out of the bottom. It will build up at the top center there, and all you need to do is pull it down as you are working. Again, make sure you are combing those strings. They can get tangled, especially if you're trying to make a longer braid. And there you go, you can see your braids already forming at the bottom there. Obviously, this might take some time, so my suggestion, if you are putting it away for a little bit, wrap your string around your loom so that it doesn't get tangled or caught on stuff wherever you put it. So this was a few hours of work kind of multitasking. And what you're going to do is take the strings out of each of the slots, and then you're going to pull it through out of the bottom. You can reuse these looms, but it is just cardboard, so not the end of the world if you end up recycling them. You're going to tie it in a knot. Make sure you push your knot again to the end of your braid so you don't waste all the beautiful braid you just made by putting some of it in a knot. And you can tie it in a bracelet. You could also tie it to a key ring and make a keychain, There's so many different things you could do with this beautiful 7-string Kumihimo braid. If you liked making this, then you might like making this coil basket.